What's good, y'all? It's your boy Shane Hector coming at you live from WBGR Studio. No BS, no holds barred. Sports Talk Show is back in the building again. I'm here with my main man, my sidekick, Mr. Unregulated.
That's me.
We're back, folks. Some unprecedented events have occurred last night and this past week too. That number to call is going to be 301-429-9247. That's going to be that number to call, so I know you guys are going to want to talk some smack to me today. And my man's over here. So we about to just jump right into it. Mr. Unregulated, I know you saw that game last night.
Unfortunately, no, I didn't.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I heard about the results, and I'm telling you, those Cleveland Browns.
You know they had a Super Bowl party.
For one win?
Yeah. Look, we're gonna let them, we're gonna let y'all have y'all moment, okay? Because you didn't win for about 635 days. Yeah. I mean, even though he's a Redskins guy, at least they won some games last year. We could at least be like, well, can we get to the playoffs? You guys just was happy to win a game. We'll give y'all moment.
Is it a quarterback controversy now?
Nah, but here's the thing. I told you this before. I said that I knew that Tyrod was gonna start, but I also knew one thing. I knew that they was gonna have to start Baker at some time. Now, unfortunately, it just happened in that fashion only because Tyrod got hurt.
Yeah,
that was the only reason why he was even playing. To be honest with you, he's not playing because he was gonna start. He's playing because he got hurt. So that's just truth be told. But he did get him a win.
He did.
He did get him a win. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And now here's what's going to be the issue. When Tyrod comes back healthy, I'm just going to be honest with you. If I'm Coach Jackson, I'm honestly just going to go with the hot hand because right now he's got it for the moment.
The hot hand. Isn't it good to have a backup quarterback that can just come right in and start? I mean, look at the situation down the situation down in Tampa Bay is crazy. What are they?
That's a different situation, though. I mean, you can't say stuff like this on the air. Like that's that's gonna be it. You can't because look, okay, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let's be honest. Yes, he's been lighting it up. I'm not gonna act like he hasn't. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Jackson's been looks like he's got a rejuvenated career now.
Okay.
Mike Evans. Well, he's Mike. I mean, Mike Evans. Don't disrespect them. Don't put some respect on that man's name. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put some respect on it. Look, I think that Tampa Bay right now they're gonna have some problems. Just because when Jameis comes back, you're gonna have to ask yourself the question: do I start him, or do I keep going with Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been hot so far? And right now, you're in arguably the most competitive division in the NFC right now. You're in the most competitive division. You have the Panthers, who were 11-5 last year, made the playoffs. You had the Saints last year, who were also 11-5, made the playoffs, and on top of that, they won the division. Then you had the 10-6 Falcons, who should have beat the Eagles in that game if Julio didn't drop the football. If he just would have caught it, they'd have actually made it back to the NFC Championship. But fate didn't have it that way. And then, of course, again, they did the same stupid thing this year. So, the end of the day, that's a highly competitive division. Tampa Bay last year was god awful. I mean, they were 4-12.
Shane, look, let's put it to rest right now.
Okay.
If you're the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you have a star quarterback that's injured. You have a veteran quarterback that's lighting it up. What do you do? Before you answer, you have a superstar wide receiver that's saying, stay with this quarterback.
Well, Winston is suspended for being stupid. So, I mean, that's the first issue. Do I really? I got to go with the hot hand. I'm going to stay with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Because your job's on the line.
It's not because my job's on the line. It's just the main fact that the offense is clicking. The offense is clicking. Like, when I watched Tampa Bay, it looks like they had new life. They only, that Saints game, that very first game, I'm sorry. I think the Saints were honestly shocked that game. I think they was like, we thought I ain't gonna lie. I thought the Saints could have easily won that. I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be like a demolishing of the Buccaneers. But when that game, once I started seeing how far ahead the Buccaneers were and where the Saints were in score, I was like, this is not gonna end well. I'm like, you down by like a whole 2 scores and two 2-point conversions. Now eventually the Saints ended up coming back. They did, but it was too late by then because it was like, dude, between both teams, y'all both gave up like 88 points in that whole game.
So again, this week we're at odds because you say you stay with the hot hand.
Yeah, you gotta stay with the hot hand.
I'm saying that I spent a high draft pick on the future of my franchise.
Okay.
When he's ready.
But did he win you games though?
When he's ready,
you didn't answer my
he
question.
will be our quarterback because I'm looking at long term.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Mr. Fitzpatrick, continue to do what you're doing. Put us in a position so that when Mr. Winston comes back, he can take over. He may lose the first game. He may not look good for 2 games. But the future, long-term solution for this franchise is Winston. Fitzpatrick was brought there to be a backup. That's what he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to acknowledge the fact that he didn't even answer my question. Why am I going to start Winston? First off, the dude hasn't had a winning season since he's been in Tampa Bay. He hasn't had a winning season. Not to mention, he keeps getting into trouble for the same stupid things that he was doing at Florida State. So at some point, you have to say to yourself, do I just cut my losses? Because I'm sorry, I don't get into fights with Uber drivers. I don't. Do you? Because I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Those are the facts. That's why he was suspended. He was suspended for 3 games for what he did to that Uber driver who happens to be a female because it was groping. And let's be honest, I've already told people this. This Me Too movement is highly real. So you might want to keep your hands to yourself, sir. I'm just simply saying. And for him to and it's like, dude, you got accused back in college and you're being accused again in the pros. At some point, he has got to grow up and man up. That's just what it is. There's nothing else to talk about except the fact that he's got to grow up. And I have a quarterback who's hot right now, who's winning me games. So if you're not going to play football, and if you're not going to do what I'm paying you to do, and what I wasted my first-round draft pick for, then we need to just cut ties with you, let you go on about your life, and do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay. So those things that he did were wrong.
Okay.
Now, there's always 2 sides to the story. 1.
Okay.
2, if you do not play him and you sit him on the bench when he's ready to play, does that hurt him? Does that hurt the franchise? I mean, does that stop his growth? So, I mean, I'm concerned about long term. We invested a first-round pick on this quarterback, and we need him to be here for the next 10 years. Now, if I set him on a bench behind a hot quarterback that was brought here to be a backup, does it affect his confidence? Does it affect his growth? Now, is his way of thinking, not somewhat back to being an adolescent or back to being in college and not a professional? I mean, because he has to grow. Now, if he's on the bench and he's not the starting quarterback, then I mean, what is his mind? Obviously, he has some mental issues with the things that he's done. So I mean,
mental issues. I think he's still in that little boy mind. He's making some bad
choices.
Choices is not the word. Look, all I know is that he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. That's all I know, and it is what it is. We're gonna just go to the picks right now. So we'll take a look at the games and talk about who is gonna do what. So last week I said we were gonna beat the Jags, and Saxonville came to life, unfortunately. So, at this point, I'm really up in the air with my team. I mean, I'm gonna pick us against the Lions. I'm just not feeling it though, because after the way our defense played last week, now the only great thing about going into this week is the fact that we picked up Josh Gordon. So I do see how the Patriots could light him up. But it's just that I'm not going to act like Darius Slay ain't going to come to play, because Darius Slay is one of the top corners in the league.
Before we get into the picks, I just want to say one thing. I am so sick and tired of the New England Patriots stealing. They steal. The rest of the NFL, what are you doing? Why do you continue to let this team get players. I mean, just get superstar players for nothing.
I mean the same thing happened with the Eagles when they picked up Michael Bennett. And now they just rotate D linemen. So what's the difference?
I mean, are the New England Patriots, are they mafia or something? I mean, are they shot callers in the NFL? I mean, what's going on?
I wouldn't say that the New England Patriots is mafia. I would just simply say that they just know how to do business. And it's just what it is. Now, I'm sorry that, the Browns was on the back end of that deal. But the good thing is this. For the Browns, they got a little insurance policy because what people don't know is that even though they gave up a 5th-round pick, they actually, if Josh Gordon doesn't stay on the active roster for New England for at least 12 games, doesn't stay on the active roster for at least 12 games, then the Patriots will have to give the Browns on compensatory picks. So either way, so it works. It kind of worked out for both sides because for the Browns right now you're rebuilding anyway. So with those compensatory picks, let's just say Josh doesn't make it to off the active roster. Let's say he gets released by New England within the next couple of weeks. Then what? Then what'll end up happening is we got to give up those picks, and then now they got more picks in the upcoming NFL draft. So if anything, that would actually be a better deal for the Browns. It's just that it's only a good deal for the Patriots right now based on the fact that we're in a more win-now situation.
Patriots are always in a win-now situation. They've been like that since I've been born.
So, I mean, I got us beating the Lions, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think it's going to be more like 21-18. I think it's going to be tight because the problem is like I didn't like what I saw last week. And we don't do, and I noticed the same trend. We don't do well against teams that have at least 8 pass rushers, at least 8, because the Jaguars they can rotate D linemen out and they can go get the quarterback. It's the same thing with the Eagles, and you saw what happened in the Super Bowl. Even though the Eagles only had 1 sack all game, and that was that strip sack at the very end of the game, they were able to rotate D linemen left and right. So
now, before I give my pick, I'm gonna toot my horn just a little bit. Last week I said
you did say that
Kirk Cousins will have the ball, will drive down the field, and give his team an opportunity to win. I picked Minnesota.
Yeah, so did I.
It didn't happen quite that way because of a missed field goal, but Kirk, it actually happened just how I saw it. So you people out there listening to this show, don't just listen to it. If you betting your money, you better listen closely because we got the picks.
Yep.
When I get wrong, he get right. So hey, he can't lose. I'm going to pick the Patriots. There's no way I go against the Patriots against the Lions. It's just too much firepower.
Yeah. Well, the Browns already beat the Jets, so we already saw that.
And that was my lock of the week. If you all missed it, I picked the Browns over the Jets.
Yeah. So now this week, I'm picking the Chiefs over the Niners. I think that one is going to be a high-scoring game, though, just because of the fact that the Chiefs' defense is not what it used to be, especially since Marcus Peters is missing. Talking about Lee's gone. I mean, those pass rushers is missing, and not to mention they are really, really missing Eric Berry in the secondary. But Patrick Mahomes, shout out to him for throwing 10 touchdown passes in 2 weeks.
Alex who?
Yeah, Alex. I don't know where. We ain't gonna talk about Alex. We'll leave Alex alone. Alex is not doing too bad for the Skins right now. So I got Chiefs winning that one, but I think that one's gonna be high scoring. I think that one's gonna be 40. There's a 40-33. I think that's gonna be a high scoring game.
I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win, but they will not cover. I think it's a 9-point spread. They will not cover that 9 points, but they will win the game.
Okay. Eagles. That's not even a question. Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. 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 I got Eagles. Now I ain't going to think about that. 50-24. Andrew Luck about to look real stupid this game. You about to be looking stupid out here. Just saying. Your thoughts?
Considering the Indianapolis Colts marched into Washington and played their butts off, and they look hungry, I'm going to take the Colts, but I'm going to take them with the 6 points. Eagles win, Colts cover.
You were Titans, Jaguars. When I'm not even going to talk about that. 38-20 Jaguars.
So now you're gonna you're riding on the Jags now, huh?
Yep. I'm not betting against them. I did it once. That didn't work out in my favor. So
But you know, I've picked them every week. I'm going to continue to stay with the Jags.
okay. Let's see. Vikings. The funniest thing is I got Kirk Cousins in my fantasy, by the way. So,
Oh, really, Shane?
yeah, I got Kirk Cousins as my fantasy quarterback. As a matter of fact, my backup quarterback is Patrick Mahomes because nobody had him. He was a free agent. So I was like, oh, yes. So all of y'all fantasy fans out there, if y'all are watching, you might want to pick up Patrick Mahomes because I'm pretty sure nobody has him on their roster. I'm pretty sure nobody does because they thought, oh, he's a second-year guy. He's not going to light it up. I told people, just because he went to Texas Tech does not mean he was not going to light it up. This kid is a big dude, 6'2", 230 pounds, ran a 4.5 in the combine, got a laser rocket arm, and I'm telling you guys right now, have fun with this kid. I think he's gonna light him up. But Kirk Cousins, we already know what it is. It's gonna be a stat game for him. Yeah. If anything, this will be a tune-up for the next game you gotta play, because I think he's gonna play the Bears right after this, so it's not gonna end too well. So I got the Vikings winning that one, definitely 38-7. That's not even.
Whoa.
Did you not see what the Bills did last week and the week before that? I mean, let's not even think about that. Next.
I'm going to say that the Vikings will win, but it's going to be a game that's going to be decided. It's going to be a 6-point game at the most.
Did you just say it?
But see, this is the game that Kirk Cousins, and this is the problem that Kirk Cousins has with the Redskins. This is the game he's supposed to put up 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and so on. He's going to give you probably 2 or 3 touchdowns, but he's going to give you 2 interceptions. That's going to make the game close. Vikings win.
He should
close
have.
one.
Well, he should have beat the Packers, but that's none of my business. So, I don't like this next one. Steelers, Buccaneers.
What do you don't like about that? Well, who the Steelers going to stop?
Yeah, I got to go with the Bucs in this one. I normally would have said the Steelers, but I can't this one because they have nobody to stop him. Artie Burns gets beat like he stole something. We don't know where Joe Hayden at. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there's an APB put out on Joe Hayden. I want y'all to know that there's an APB out on that man. If y'all know where he is, please tell him to report to the Pittsburgh Steelers training facility. He's missing right now. Just thought I'd throw that out there. There's APB on that guy.
Man, I think the Buccaneers will win this game. I don't see anybody stopping Deshaun, and with the Steelers' focus being so much on Deshaun and the passing attack, I think the running game, kind of balancing out. I think the Buccaneers control the clock.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I think they control the clock, and I think they win a pretty hard fought game. I would say that they will win maybe 8 points, 8 to 10 points.
Okay.
Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders in that Dolphins and Raiders game, just because I think this is the week where they finally start clicking. Because I saw little flashes last week, but it wasn't like the greatest flashes. It's just that defense is still questionable, and they're definitely missing Khalil Mack. I mean, that defense got to get shaped up somehow. I don't know what Chucky gonna do, but he need to fix that.
Hey, you know what?
But it's just that offensively, I mean, they're doing things I've already expected them to do. I knew they was gonna run the ball with Marshawn Lynch because Coach Gruden was very, very high on Marshawn Lynch. So I knew they was going to run the ball with him. They gave the ball to him like 20 times. He's getting over 80 yards. Marshawn Lynch is doing what he's supposed to do. And then as far as Amari Cooper is concerned, they need to get him the ball more. So I got the Raiders in this one because, I'm sorry, the Dolphins ain't got no corners. They ain't got no corners.
The $100 million coach without a win. The pressure is on. Can you all imagine Jay Gruden in his office, like sitting in his office like this, his face... You know how his face be looking like this? I mean, he has to have a win. If he doesn't get a win this week, oh my God! I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Los Angeles Raiders can possibly do to control this guy. This guy, it's just going to be fireworks everywhere. If he doesn't get a win this week, there are going to be some things coming out of that Raiders organization that's not going to be pretty.
Still. All right, so Falcons, Saints. Saints. This is the week that they get it together. They get that defense together. They do what they're supposed to do. Because, I'm sorry, The only concern that I have with that Saints defense is if Calvin Ridley starts getting the ball more, they're gonna have some real problems because then that means Julio might be one-on-one, and that ain't gonna be good for the Saints because the Falcons, to me, right now, have arguably got one of the best wide receiver cores in the league. You have Julio Jones. If Calvin really gets going, he's gonna be flying, and then you got Mohamed Sanu in the slot. Then you got Devontae Freeman, who's also a great pass catcher. Then they got Tevin Coleman out the backfield.
So, you picking the Saints or the Falcons?
I'm picking the Saints. The Saints are gonna do what they do because they got because they got Michael Thomas. I mean, Drew Brees is Drew Brees. He's one of the goats of the league. There's no way I'm gonna pick against him. But what I'm saying is they need to be clicking on all cylinders in this game because this Falcons team ain't no chumps. But I got Saints winning that one 27-24.
You know, if I was betting my money, I would bet with the Saints. But considering that they have to go to Atlanta, and this, I mean, this
the
is
Falcons is coming to them. So at least I thought I remembered.
I think they're going to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And because they have to travel to Atlanta, you know, I'm not going to just say that they're going to march in because they got this high power offense, and this is a rivalry. This is a game that both New Orleans and the people down in the ATL look forward to. This is going to be a hard-fought matchup. That's why the point spread is 3. But I'm going to say the home team wins, and it may be a last-second field goal. I'm going to go with Atlanta.
All right, so Chargers, Rams, because the Chargers have yet to show me they can play defense. They can show me they can play offense because when they played the Chiefs early this season, I thought to myself, okay, you know, they got a chance, but then a couple of mistakes on special teams put them in a bind and they just couldn't recover, and then the defense just gave them too many points in that game for them to even come back. So I got the Rams in this one because I'm sorry, the Chargers ain't got the defense to stop them. I mean, Brandon Cooks, you saw what he did last week. I mean, they shut out the poor. They shut them out so bad.
Another meaningful game. This is the Battle of LA. I don't care what the Rams have been doing. This is the Battle of LA. Who are we? We are the Rams. Who are we? We're the Chargers. We've been here.
Right.
This is our land. The Chargers stand up and say, look, we are LA.
That's fine.
Chargers by 1.
You got the...
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What's the name? It's what Chargers?
The LA Chargers?
The LA Chargers. Exactly.
That's fine.
And you could just call the Rams the Rams.
Yeah.
This week, far as I'm concerned.
Okay, that's fine. Broncos, Ravens. I don't like neither team in this one. I guess if I had to choose, I'm going to choose the Broncos. The Broncos, to me, get the better defense. They got the better corners. They've got more experience. And, I mean, granted, the Ravens got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but I just don't like their offense at all. I got the Broncos winning that one 24-17.
You know, the Broncos are underdogs to the Ravens.
Right.
So that tells me maybe the Ravens are playing at home, and we're bringing Colorado to Baltimore. So I'm going to pick Baltimore, but I'm going to pick Baltimore to win but not cover. I think the point spread is 6. So Baltimore, I'll pick them to win by 2.
All right, Bears, Cardinals, Bears, Khalil Mack, and Mitch Trubisky finally gets it together this week. But they also need to give the ball to Jordan Howard. I got Mitch Trubisky.
You know that Mac, that's one man.
Yeah,
that's one man. I think the Cardinals are desperate for a win.
Yeah,
I think they will win this week.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago Bears are not the team that we think they are. Remember that?
Look, this ain't. Leave the late Dennis Green alone, okay? Leave that man alone.
I picked the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will win. And I think they will. I think they'll control the clock. I think they control the game. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, and I'm gonna say 6 points.
We already know who he's picking on this next one, so we're not even gonna talk about that. So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I already know you're gonna pick your skins. I'm going with the Packers because after what I saw last week, that was a division game. That was tough. That was a tough game. I didn't think it was gonna end at a tie, but I did think that somebody was gonna walk away. So I've got the Packers winning this one, but I do believe that Alex Smith is gonna light up that Packers defense because. See, the thing that I saw in that game last week that a lot of people, I don't know if anybody else paid attention in that game, is the Packers front seven. If they wasn't getting to Kirk Cousins, I honestly don't think they would have. That score would have even been that close because Clay Matthews was all in his face. So that was the only reason why that game ended the way it ended. And with y'all defense over there,
capital punishment.
Yeah. I think y'all gonna give them some problems, but it's just that y'all offense. I don't trust your offensive line. I don't trust y'all offensive line. I trust y'all defense. I think y'all defense is pretty much there. I just don't trust that offense. I got the Packers winning this one. 35-28.
Well, most people will bet with their heart, and most people will probably expect me to pick the Redskins this weekend. I believe in capital punishment. I believe in my Redskins. But I cannot remember a time that the Green Bay Packers didn't kick us in our butt. There's no way, with all this shaky stuff going around this organization, that I'm going to put my money on the Redskins. I'll sit there and watch. I'll be in front of the TV, and I'll hope for a win.
Yeah.
But the Green Bay Packers, I say, come here, and they just smack the Redskins all over the field.
All right, Seahawks, Cowboys, Seahawks. We're gonna make these last couple of picks very quickly. I got the Seahawks winning that one because I'm sorry, the Cowboys. Let's be honest, they really need to go get a receiver. I'm surprised they didn't go try to get Gosh Jordan, but I got Seahawks winning that one, 28-10.
They don't want a receiver.
Yeah,
they had a receiver. They don't want a receiver. The Cowboys Joey Jones just want to stack that money.
Yeah. And
that's one of the reasons why I will never vote for the Cowboys, because I'm a Chief one, and I just don't see where there's room in the NFL for Cowboys. Seattle by 10.
All right, Bengals, Panthers. If I had to choose one, I'm gonna go with the Panthers just because they got too much defensive firepower. Not to mention Cam Newton. And Christian McCaffrey they're gonna be great. I got the Panthers win.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Panthers too. They're at home.
Yeah. And last one, Texans and Giants. Texans. I'm sorry, I'm not even thinking about the Giants right now because the Giants, for some odd reason, that offense just is not clicking. And then let's be honest, they're not gonna stop Clowney. They're not gonna stop J.J. Watt. Jonathan Joseph is gonna be there. Not to mention they got the Honey Badger on defense. And then offensively, Deshaun. I think he'll get it together this week. I think he's good because it's just that he played the Titans. The Titans is not. Everybody forgot the fact that the Titans did make the playoffs last year. They just saw New England. They just happened to see New England in the divisional, But I've got the Texans winning this game, 20-7. Is it 20-17? Deshaun gets a win.
I don't got it. I don't have it being that close. I think the Giants had high hopes this year, but they are just a mess. This season is a disaster. The Texans will probably beat them by 20. Now you laughing. When we come back here next Thursday, I'm gonna say I told you so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna have some more stuff to talk to you guys about. So don't go anywhere on the No BS Show.
When's the last time someone said thanks for checking over your shoulder before changing lanes? Or gave you a pat on the back for sticking to the speed limit? Or a thumbs up for not tailgating? Probably never. Which is too bad considering safe drivers make the roads safer for everyone. That's why Allstate appreciates safe drivers like no one else. And they show it by saving you 45% or more, along with giving you safe driving bonus checks, deductible rewards, and extra discounts with the DriveWise app. So the next time you come to a complete stop in an intersection, ask yourself, why Why haven't I switched to Allstate?
The Brandeo Insurance Group, your local DMV Allstate agent, can help you save 45% or more for driving safely. Call him at 410-424-0844 and get a quote today.
It pays to drive safely. Call a local Allstate agent today and find out how you can save 45% or more. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
It's the new, all-natural, family-friendly pharmacy, Family Choice Pharmacy, located at 8313 Annapolis Road, New Carrollton, Maryland. Family Choice offers alternative medicines as well as discount programs you can easily enjoy. Come be a part of our family at Family Choice Pharmacy, as every family should know their pharmacist. If you're looking to join the family today, you can reach us at 301-577-1212 at Family Choice Pharmacy.
If you like to roller skate, you will love Lanham Skate Center. We offer all kinds of specials, birthday parties, skate classes, and more. You can even reserve the rink for a special event. Skate rentals only $3, so roll on over to Lanham Skate Center today. Located at 9901 Lanham Severn Road in Lanham, Maryland. For more information about our weekly schedule, visit us on the web at lanhamskatecenter.com or call for more information at 301-577-1733. That's 301-577-1733.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. I don't know if most of y'all probably heard by now. These two are about to go back at it again. Mayweather and Pacquiao. Round number 2. Mr. Unregulated.
You know what?
I'm very curious as to what you're thinking right now. So I'm going to let you go ahead, man. Go ahead. Take it away.
I mean, what I'm thinking is that, okay, the money team is smart. They're going to steal another $100 million or better. But I mean, you fighting Grandpa? Come on, Floyd. You're actually going to get in the ring with Grandpa.
Yeah.
I mean, if this fight is close in any kind of way, it was staged. Floyd. I don't know what round he'll knock him out in, if he'll knock him out, but this fight should be. He should dominate this fight. I cannot believe that he's going to get in the ring with Grandpa.
I mean, he may be Grandpa, but then again, so ain't Floyd. So I mean, both of these guys are around the same age. So I mean, it's not that surprising to me. I think that, let's take a look at their stats real quick, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So Mayweather's 50-0. Pacquiao's 67-2. He had 2 ties in his career, 7 losses. 2 of those one of those losses came from him. Mm-hmm. The other one came from Timothy Bradley. Although that fight, I don't care what anybody say, that one was definitely Pacquiao got robbed in that one. And then those other fights, he straight up just lost. If Pac is gonna fight this man again, and Mayweather's saying that he's gonna give us a show this time, I think you're gonna have to look at the fact that it might end up looking like something like Conor McGregor again. That's what I'm thinking, because he's not gonna come out of retirement for that. Not to fight him again. First, I'll fight him again, and on top of that, put on the same performance. That doesn't make sense for him to do that. So, this is what I'm predicting. It's definitely not going to be a knockout. If any of you were thinking that there's going to be a knockout in this fight, you're sadly mistaken. It's not going to happen. I think what's going to happen in this fight is going to go to 12 rounds. It's going to go down to a decision. Now, eventually, what I think is going to happen, though, I still think that Mayweather's going to pull it out. But I'm not going to act like it's not going to be close. It'll probably be close. I think it honestly might come down to a split decision. That's what I think might happen. Because I think Pacquiao this time, he's going to be a little bit more ready, because that's kind of the fight that he's been waiting for. Because you remember the first time, nope, on them ropes.
I don't care how ready he gets. There's no way he can get in the ring with Floyd and
dude, the first time, let's be honest, I mean, even Mayweather said it, like, he didn't give the fight that everybody was expecting. Let's be honest, the only reason why he won that fight because he was winning the points. Because if he would have went blow for blow with Pacquiao, let's be honest, it wouldn't have went that way that everybody thought it was. But I said to people watching that fight, as much as I kind of figured that was the way the fight was going to happen, I kept saying to everybody who was watching that fight, if y'all thought it was going to be a literally blow for blow, pound for pound fight, you were sadly mistaken. Mayweather was not going to allow that to happen. He danced around the whole time, but he played smart boxing. I hate to say it, everybody wants to get mad at it, and he beat him, but he only beat him because he knew he had to dance around that ring and just tag him enough. That way he can win those points. Because otherwise, Pacquiao was cutting them off on the ropes. The problem was Pacquiao kept letting them get off the ropes. That was the problem. But honestly, he would have had the fight won had he not let him dance around like that. But if these two go pound for pound, you think for a second that he's going to go pound for pound with him? He couldn't even go pound for pound with Alvarez. And if you think for a second that he's going to go pound for pound with him, you are out of your mind.
He's going to be out of his mind if he decides to go pound for pound with him. Floyd has to fight his fight. He has to stay away from him.
Yeah.
I mean, and he will dominate on the cards. There's no question about it. It's probably going to be 1-8 to 112 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be. This is a loss. I mean, look at the records. This guy's 50-0 for a reason, because he's smart. Because he outboxes people. Catch me if you can. This guy, right. The grandpa can't catch him. Grandpa gonna be looking for a slug fest, and Floyd not gonna give it to him. So you can pay your money to go see. I'll watch it the day after.
Right. I mean, like I said, I got Mayweather winning this fight, and I think it's gonna come down to split decision. Your thoughts?
It won't be a split decision. It'll be a decision. It'll be unanimous, but it won't be a split one.
This man right here, you are disrespectful. All right, folks. We're gonna move on real quick. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, got some more stuff to talk to you guys about. Don't go anywhere in the dope.
Shane, I'm gonna have to show you now. We already showed them after the commercial when the commercial break. But Floyd is not going to him and hit him all in the body. Floyd gonna tag. I mean, come on now. Come on, Shane. You're a boxer.
It's the new, all-natural, family-friendly pharmacy, Family Choice Pharmacy, located at 8313 Annapolis Road, New Carrollton, Maryland. Family Choice offers alternative medicines as well as discount programs you can easily enjoy. Come be a part of our family at Family Choice Pharmacy, as every family should know their pharmacist. If you're looking to join the family today, you can reach us at 301-577-1212 at Family Choice Pharmacy.
If you like to roller skate, you will love Lanham Skate Center. We offer all kinds of specials, birthday parties, skate classes, and more. You can even reserve the rink for a special event. Skate rentals only $3, so roll on over to Lanham Skate Center today. Located at 9901 Lanham Severn Road in Lanham, Maryland. For more information about our weekly schedule, visit us on the web at lanhamskatecenter.com or call for more information at 301-577-1733. That's 301-577-1733.
And I'm back, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about this robbery that we saw the other night with Alvarez and Triple G. This was highway robbery. Like, how did Triple G lose this fight? But I know there's gonna be a part 2. It's gotta be a part 3. There's gonna be a trilogy to this series. So I mean, I'm not even really too much worried about this. I mean, Triple G's pride is gonna be hurt though, because you know he was undefeated. He's now 38-1 instead of 39-0. So it is what it is. So that's what it is. But I don't know.
Shane,
your thoughts, Mr. Unregulated?
First of all, Shane, I think you owe me an apology.
Uh-oh, my bad.
When we went to break, I was trying to show you something, and you snapped off, and you couldn't control. And you know, I just hope my eye doesn't close before the end of the show.
Well, you know, just take the little Q-tip with a little Vaseline real quick.
But yeah, this fight right here was a fight that I mean, no one can explain this outcome. I mean, I can't explain. The only thing that I would say is that, you know, Triple G wasn't aggressive enough. You know, he had more power with his punches, but he didn't land more punches. It just looked like he wasn't aggressive enough. I mean,
no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, both fighters were trying to come at each other, but then after a while, like, it's like you two know each other. You guys have saw each other in the first fight. You knew what it was when you saw him this time. But this is not what bothers me. I gotta pull up receipts. So I want to see this next slide real quick. These next gen stats right here. Go ahead and take a look at that. So the scorecards, right? When I looked at these scorecards, so Judge Dave Moretti scored Alvarez 115, 113, Alvarez. Then it was a split decision. Then it was a tie with Judge Glenn Feldman for 114, 114, and then Judge Steve Weisfield scored 115, 113, Alvarez. I'm honestly trying to figure out how did that happen, but you know, it is what it is. I'm looking at some of the comments right now. Mr. Emmanuel, thank you so much. And also Miss Lynn Davis. Miss Davis says I think that people make the mistake that boxing is all brawn. The best fighters are the ones with the brains to size up their opponents and execute the plan that will defeat them.
Exactly.
With very valid point. I mean, part of the problem is it's hard for us to really see the brains when you're in this kind of fight, because these two, like, simple as that. But the problem is the other issue that I didn't like about this fight is I honestly felt like the judges were gonna lean towards Alvarez's way anyway. You know, and that's just what it comes down to, because Alvarez right now, I mean, out of many fighters that I've seen fight, he only had like one loss in his whole record, and that's from, you know, Floyd himself. That was the only loss he's ever had in his whole career.
So you're saying that before this fight, you thought that this was going to happen?
I didn't think this was going to happen. I honestly didn't think. I had never had Alvarez winning. I actually had Triple G winning. In fact, I had Triple G winning handily. But I also knew that Alvarez was going to put up a fight, because, see, Alvarez, when he fought Mayweather the first time, and the only time, I knew for a fact that in that fight, it was probably going to be tough for Mayweather. Not so much for Alvarez, because Alvarez, he had nothing to lose. He was undefeated too, but he really had nothing to lose because he wasn't the favorite. He was not the favorite in that fight, and he rocked Mayweather a few times in that fight. And that's when Mayweather was like, whoa, let me stay out of that kid's reach, because I didn't think he had that kind of power. And on top of it, he was young. This dude's in his 20s, not like he's in his 30s. This dude's in his 20s still. So that's when Mayweather was like, ooh, I don't think I want to come at that again. Mayweather ultimately ended up beating him, because then later on he started mopping the floor with him and taking him back to school. But in this fight, it was highway robbery.
So where does Triple G go from here with this loss?
Oh, he had to fight him again.
So there should be a rematch. But what if
yeah, it's definitely going to be a rematch, but it's going to have to happen in 2019. It can't happen within the next couple of months. But you're definitely going to have to rematch definitely sometime in 2019. I want to say around maybe March or February. or something like that, with it, you have to do it like within the next 6 months. Definitely, you have to have these two fight again, because the fact that in this time you're gonna have to have different judges. So, guys, it don't make sense to me how Alvarez won this one, but it is what it is.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me.
How?
Alvarez put pressure on him from round one. He's walking to this Triple G. He's walking to Triple G.
He's not afraid of him. I can tell you that.
The judges see who's more aggressive. You know, that's what they see. Who's more active.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, like I've been saying.
You know, I don't know what's gonna happen with the rematch, but all I'm saying is that whoever wins or whoever loses, you know, there's a guy here in Maryland waiting on you. So hey,
that just throwing that disclaimer, Mr. Alantez Fox.
Fox, there's a guy waiting on you.
He's waiting on you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, we're actually going to move on to a very, very controversial topic. Diversity at the quarterback position in the NFL. So let's go ahead and go straight to that.
Shame.
What?
Diversity? What diversity?
Oh, we got to talk about that.
There are how many? There are 32 quarterbacks in the NFL? Mm-hmm. There's probably 5 black quarterbacks.
Really?
Why is that?
Well,
and I don't put it on the NFL because this starts in college.
I don't know. I've actually had a lot more than that. Let's go to this comment that was written by the superintendent of a Texas high school. His name is Lynn Redden, superintendent of schools in Texas, and as you can see, there's an Onalaska Independent School District. He said you can't count on a black quarterback, talking about in reference to this man right here, Deshaun Watson. So he actually did say that this week, and this is highly. See, this is the thing that really gets me about people today when we find out that they are racist. You can't say, at least you shouldn't say this in 2018. You shouldn't even feel comfortable saying some of the things that came out of this man's mouth and then want to apologize after the fact. No, you said exactly how you feel, Mr. Redden. You said you can't count on a black quarterback to win games. But let me bring up some quarterbacks. Let's go to this next. Let's bring up some stats real quick. Let's go take a look at these quarterbacks here. First off, this man's thrown 10 touchdowns so far. He's got 1 4,000-yard season under his belt. He's got 5 4,000-yard seasons under his belt and a Super Bowl ring, 2 Super Bowl appearances, multiple playoff wins. So I don't understand what's the problem. Colin Kaepernick, who's out of the NFL right now, did everybody forget that this man definitely went to 3 NFC Championship games and went to 1 Super Bowl and just so happened to lose to the Baltimore Ravens in 2012? Oh, wait, did Cam Newton not go 15-1, go to the Super Bowl, just happened to lose to the Denver Broncos, but had multiple 4,000-yard seasons? And on top of that, he took his team on his back last year, was 11-5, made the wild card spot, and definitely had an opportunity to win more. But Doug Williams also won the Super Bowl. Oh, did we forget about Randall Cunningham?
Oh, what about Warren Moon?
Warren Moon.
Hey.
Oh, did we forget about? We ain't gonna forget about my man Mike Vick either, who polarized the black quarterback position.
Donovan McNabb.
Oh, like really? But you can't count. But wait, didn't Donovan go to how many NFC championships? What was it, like 6?
So too many to count.
Too many to count. That's how many NFC championship games he went to. Not to mention the only reason why he doesn't have a ring, because he just so happened to see New England and only lose that by 3. He only lost that Super Bowl by 3 points.
There's somebody missing up there.
I don't know. I could have put up more, but
Where's
this is too.
Where's Daz at?
Who?
Daz.
Well, Dez Bryant don't play quarterback.
No. The guy from the Cowboys.
Oh, Dak Prescott. I kind of forgot about him for a little bit. But I mean, you know.
For a minute, I was starting to think maybe he wasn't African American. I don't know.
I mean, he is, but no.
He's a mixture of something.
Yeah. Well, it's not that he's a mixture. I mean, he's a mix too. But I mean, you know, Dak said some things. You know, that was kind of controversial.
He
kind
did?
of, yeah.
Is that another topic for another show?
Yeah, that's going to be a topic for another show
Okay.
because, you know, he said some very controversial things.
But you know what? The bottom line is this. In our society, in our world today,
yes.
you know, we're being divided by a president. You
Yes.
know, but the government is dividing us. And to have someone in our local communities to come out and show his true biases or I don't even know what the right word is for it to say, but I mean, just to come out and say something like that, it tells me that, one, he's stupid.
Yeah.
It tells me he's uneducated as far as the history of the NFL and quarterbacks. It also tells me, and I'll look for this in the next week to see what that community does. It's going to tell me a lot about your community. If your community does not stand up and force him out of the position that he's in, or does not stand up in some type of way, it tells me, okay, well, you know, just when we think we've bridged the gap and we're this close, you know, we can all live together. Then you know, if you all don't do anything or if nothing is said, then maybe we're not that close. Maybe we're still far apart. But a lot of you all are wearing disguises.
Well, here's the thing, and there's one other thing that I didn't mention. So Colin Kaepernick, right? Everybody knows about the Nike campaign by now, but this is what's kind of bothering me about that whole situation. It's killing me how, you know, I don't know if you've heard this week, but you know the Raiders and the Patriots have expressed a little bit of interest in signing Colin Kaepernick. So here's the problem that I have with that. There's only one reason why I could see either one of these teams even signing him. First off, for the Raiders, let's be honest, you don't really want to sign him. You just want to give the appearance that you want to sign him. The Patriots, the only reason why I could see them signing him is because of the fact that, I mean, I know what kind of person Bob Kraft is, because Bob Kraft definitely went to go visit Meek Mill in prison while he was incarcerated, and then he spoke out against the prison system and said that we definitely need to have prison reform once he saw Meek Mill's conditions. So with Bob Kraft making this move, that's not too surprising to me. There's only one problem that I have with it, though. If Kaepernick didn't have such a strong case against the NFL, you wouldn't be able to tell me that, you wouldn't be able to tell me that he should be signed by New England, because I'm sorry, I'd rather focus on proving my collusion case against the NFL, so that way that CBA can be toned up. That way I can not only just help myself, but I can help my fellow players fight back against the NFL because of all the atrocities that they continue to commit in the NFL, such as suspending guys for 6 games for crimes they did not commit. Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I've got names to keep going on. I don't even want to keep going on it. But yet and still, you got guys like Josh Brown, you know, who's the punter for the Giants, who actually admitted to beating his wife, and then next thing you know, Giants comes out and says, we don't have all the facts yet. We ain't gonna get rid of him yet. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But you definitely suspended Zeke for a crime he did not commit, though. So that's why, for me, if I'm Kaepernick, I do have to weigh what the Patriots are saying to me, but at the same time, you have to look at the bigger picture, and that bigger picture is your collusion case is a little bit more important than you getting back into the NFL. Because let's be honest, if he goes back, let's say he plays for New England, then what's the point of him having his lawsuit? Then his lawsuit is going to be a moot point. I'm just saying.
You know what? You're absolutely right. If I'm Kaepernick, you know, I don't even entertain. I don't entertain whatever team comes to me. I don't entertain it because there's a bigger picture here. The picture is the lawsuit against the NFL, standing up for your rights, standing up for the rights of others that are going to come behind him. Now, if he was to take a contract to get back in the NFL, it may be his passion to play football. But with all that has been said and done by him, and all the people that have pulled their sweat and the hard work into backing him in his cause, if he does that, it tells me that he's following a pattern that I've seen all too often. We come from here, we get raised up to here, and then we see the negotiations, we see the money, and we lose focus, and we lose the drive to continue that movement, which basically I will be calling him a sellout, just to be straight up. You know, so if that's the road he takes, you don't have to worry about me ever speaking his name again.
Right.
Ever.
Exactly.
And as far as the New England Patriots, it's a smart move by them, because we have to remember each owner of each individual team in the NFL, they're actually one. You know, they're business partners. So if we can get him to sign with us, then maybe we can kill this lawsuit. That's the thinking.
Yep.
And then you also got to think about this, Mr. Kraft. That's the cheese man. That's the cheese man.
Yeah.
So I mean, cheese in both ways. If you like the cheese that you put on your cheeseburgers,
I feel you.
Or you like the cheese that you stuff in your pocket, Mr. Kaepernick.
Exactly. In the interest of time, folks, we're gonna go on and talk about the NCAA. We're gonna run through some picks real quick. Just to recap last week, it's been really, really interesting. I mean, the games that we saw last week were interesting. Your thoughts, Mr. Unregulated?
I'm going to continue to say that these top 10 and top 15 teams are going to continue to struggle and fall. There's going to be one every week that's going to fall until Penn State gets that number 1 ranking.
Oh, look, Alabama is. Look, just give them the national championship ring.
Give it to them.
Just give it to them. What's the point? We already know who's gonna win. It's really no point.
We do.
We already know who's gonna win. Like, it's a waste of time. Like, just let me know who's gonna be in the national championship.
The last time I was in the locker room, gearing up against another team, I guess, I'm pretty sure they put this strap on just like I put my strap on.
Mm-hmm.
They put their pads on like I put my pads on.
Yeah, they do.
So hey, the shoulder pads going the same way.
Yeah, they do. They still do. So here's the thing. Your top 5 games, what you got?
I'm gonna take Stanford.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Stanford is gonna cover. My upset, Kentucky.
Kentucky over who?
I can't get the name. It's right here, but I can't get it. But I know when I looked at the stats and the games, I say, you know what, this is going to be an upset.
They're not going to beat Mississippi State. They're not.
Is that who it is?
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And you don't think Kentucky is going to win?
Why? How they going to beat the Bulldogs? How they going to beat the Bulldogs?
I don't have the stats in front of me to look at right now.
How they going to beat the Bulldogs? The Bulldogs got arguably one of the best defensive lines in the SEC outside of Alabama. How are they going to beat the Bulldogs? That's not going to happen. Stop it. You and I both know that's not going to happen.
We will see.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Yep. All right, so for me, I agree with you. I like that Stanford and Oregon game. But I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to say that Oregon is going to upset Stanford. I think I may be nuts, but I honestly think that's what's going to happen. And the team that I think is probably going to dominate, I think the game to really pay attention to, that Miami and FIU
That's
game.
what I was gonna say.
That one I think is going to be
what I'm
arguably one of the best games this week, because Coach.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, because Coach Butch Davis, he's been talking a lot, so I want to see how this man gonna pan out. I don't think he's now. If he beats the U, then FIU might find his way in the top 25. They might find their way in the top 25, pending if other teams lose, though. But they might find their way in there.
Who gonna find their way in the top 25?
FIU. Think about it. The last couple of teams that's in the top 25, right? Texas A&M, they're gonna play Alabama. Let's be honest. Alabama's probably gonna mop the floor with them. Okay. Then you got UCF. They're playing FAU. They'll probably win that one, right? That's a given. TCU's playing Texas. I don't like that game, because the thing about TCU is they've been kind of sloppy this year. And Texas, they've been sloppy too, but Texas has a tendency to beat TCU. Then BYU against McNeese. Well, McNeese is an FCS school, so I hate to say this, I expect them to lose. Right? So BYU is probably going to win that one, even though McNeese is undefeated. Now,
you're going.
And Michigan State, they 1-1, and that Indiana Hoosiers, they're not looking too bad.
But you just did that for no. There's no way FIU is going to make top 25. Absolutely not.
They might.
Miami is going to beat these people by 3 touchdowns or better.
You sure about that?
Butch Davis, Good luck to you. Wish you well. But your program is not ready yet. Not for a matchup with the U. No, absolutely not.
You are all the way disrespectful. Oh my gosh, put some respect on Coach Davis's name.
Coach Davis, please. When you watch Monday Night Football and you see those guys, they say defensive tackle, the U. I don't see nobody saying defensive tackle FIU. Your program's not ready, sir. You're going to get stomped on this week. We'll put all the talk. We'll mute all that talk this week.
Yep. And if they upset at Miami, I'm gonna be laughing to the bank.
If they upset Miami, I'll come in here and I'll wear that diaper that I told you I was gonna wear about the Red Sox.
All right, folks, we are out of time. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in today. We had a great time with you guys and loved the comments. So I want you guys to go to the No BS, No Holds Barred Sports Talk Show viewer group. I want you guys to go to that. Join our group of viewers. So, as I said, we love to see what you guys have to say and comment. And then also, if you'd like this week, throw in a topic to us and maybe we might have it on the show and we would definitely debate and talk about it. Then also, I want you to follow us on our blog on Blogger. That's going to be No BS, No Holds Barred Sports Talk Show. Sports Talk Show at blogspot.com. Then, let's see. Yep, sportstalk.blogspot.com. Then I want you to follow us on social media. You're going to go to insane_Shane29 and Underground SB29 on Twitter. My name's Shane Hector on Facebook. And then also you can find me at Shiz_29 and No BS, No Holds Barred on Instagram and Underground Sports LLC.blogspot.com. Mr. Unregulated, your social media, sir.
Just for you all, I've created another Instagram page. Mr.Unregulated for you.
There you go. So there's his social media. And then also find him on Facebook as Dana Tenen, his regular name. And then after that, if you guys want to advertise with the show, definitely email us at undergroundsportsllc@gmail.com. This is your boy Shane and
Big Ten.
We are out of the building. Peace.